I'm super excited about this because I just connected some dots that were really helpful for me. I was thinking about the movie Home Alone, and you know how Kevin is like scared out of his mind to go downstairs because the furnace always makes those loud sounds, and then he finds himself home alone, and the furnace is still scaring the crap out of him, but the laundry machine's down there, and so if he's going to get his laundry done, he realizes he's going to have to walk downstairs. Then I was thinking about Pollyanna, and there's this old man in Pollyanna that lives in a mansion, and all the kids are scared of him, but they're really curious about him. So sometimes they kind of creep around his property, and anyways, turns out that he catches them one day, and they end up finding that he's this nice old man who just was grouchy because he's lonely, and he becomes friends with the kids. Then I was thinking about Beauty and the Beast. I was thinking about how everybody's scared of the beast and no one wants to go in to approach the beast, but Belle does, even though she didn't want to. She was kind of, well, she chose to do it to save her father, which is a beautiful analogy too. She chose to face the beast in order to save her family. But once she got in, when Kevin goes downstairs in Home Alone, he figures out that it was just the furnace and he didn't need to be afraid of it. And then he's able to go downstairs and just do his laundry in peace. When Belle goes into the castle, she gets thrown into a dungeon, and then he's being a beast to her because she doesn't want to come down to eat because of the way he's been acting and whatever. So she has these levels that she has to go through, and she has to keep facing the beast, so to speak, until some things get resolved. And then she discovers that he just had his own hurt and brokenness and needed to be loved, but he wasn't actually anything to be afraid of. So I was thinking about how, regardless of who you are, where you grew up, what religion you are, who your family is, all of that, what your job is, we all have things that we are afraid of emotionally. And sometimes we kind of giggle at these kind of analogies as adults, like kids being afraid of going downstairs doesn't seem like a big deal. But it's frustrating to us sometimes because when kids won't do something because they're afraid of something, it's frustrating to us because sometimes we end up having to do more for them than maybe we want to, or maybe then we just know that if they can get past this fear, they can be liberated. So thinking of this in the adult world, we all have things that scare us emotionally. We don't want to walk downstairs to the furnace. We don't want to knock on that old man's door, or we don't want to go to the castle where the beast is because it's scary. Those kinds of fears can come from choices of our own, regret and pain from a choice we made that we don't want to face. It can come from fear that was created or invoked because of something someone else did to us, So we can have it from a lot of different things, and we all have feelings that we wish we didn't have about any given anything, but until we decide we're going to walk downstairs and face them, they're not going anywhere. Like, they're going to stay there. And this made me realize in talking with someone that, that's giving way to being a victim. Anytime we have feelings that we don't want to face and we haven't learned how to overcome, we're giving way to being a victim. And when we give way to being a victim because of choices someone else made, oftentimes, or even habits that we have that we blame ourselves for, and we feel like we are held captive by our brain or by our own limitations, not necessarily always by someone else, but that we can be victim to our own selves, we don't have hope, and we give up hope, and we are choosing to believe that because of this or that happened, there's no way out, there's no resolve. But there is always hope as long as we choose to have courage and we choose to be willing to walk downstairs to the furnace, into the basement, or to face the beast. And sometimes, again, like in the story of Beauty and the Beast, that meant a lot of levels, a lot of experiences with the beast until the beast was no longer a beast. So anyways, I just was thinking about this, and this is a really liberating concept to me in my own life that I've been discovering and realizing that for us to truly be free and to truly have happiness and to move forward in our life, we've got to be willing to walk downstairs into the basement, whatever your basement is. So I hope that this will maybe ignite a little more courage inside of you, because I know that there is always hope. There's always hope. There's always people to help us. And there's always resources if we're willing to take the journey. And we have a loving God that wants us to succeed. Being a victim is not his way. And there is always a solution. There's always hope when we look to him.